Hello, you guys, and it is 2021, and we couldn't get through half the year before they started trying to bring back some 2020 stuff, which is the cancellation of Eminem. Of course, Eminem is this iconic fellow. If no one knows who Eminem is, he's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's always been on the fringes. He's very close aligned with the black culture, but he is a small, skinny white boy. So he didn't get any respect from the black people at first, and he didn't get respect from the white people at first. And he was in the early, 2000s, late 90s, and he just kind of just said F the world. Literally, that is his motto, F the world. And he would say all these ridiculous and crazy things. Some things he would say, like he was going to stuff his baby mama into a trunk and then drive that car off into the river or something like that. And he said at one point he said something about getting a bunch of Columbine kids and giving them AK-47s to murder people. So he has been out of pocket for a while, for years, decades. He's been out of pocket, and his whole pitch is to say F the world. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. That's the whole key. Well, Gen Z are starting to try to figure out about Eminem, and now they're trying to cancel him because of things that he's said in the past. Which brings me to a crazier point, is that the millennials are now trying to save Eminem from being canceled. And the way that they chose to save Eminem from being canceled is not by, buying his music or, having thoughtful posts about it. No, they moved to TikTok. I'm not joking. They moved to TikTok and they're literally taking Eminem beats and rapping about how you shouldn't cancel Eminem. This is just ridiculous. And these are not kids. These are not just kids like Gen Z. Yes, kids, beautiful. Millennials, bro, you're 37. What are you doing, man? And so I don't understand it. It's so crazy. But I think it comes down to one thing. This is all just a big maneuver to chase clout, man. And chasing clout has been a huge part of our society ever since Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Everybody's trying to chase that clout. And now, not only chasing clout has been part of our economy, chasing clout is being a part of our economy, which is how we start to cancel people. So it's how do people get canceled? Well, in order to cancel somebody, a whole bunch of people on Twitter, mostly Twitter, talked bad about this person, and then say we don't want him, we don't want them to do this, blah 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 blah, we don't want her to blah 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 blah. So then the big companies see that and they say, ooh, this represents a very big target of our target audience, and what we could do is sacrifice this pawn in order to get some goodwill with our target audience, and that's going to make them buy more of our stuff and not have a bad feeling about us, makes them not boycott us as well. So the clout is real. You know what I'm saying? Clout chasing used to be just some fun stuff on the internet. I remember early 2000s, what was that cartoon? South Park. Yeah, South Park was made a whole episode about how these YouTubers were super famous and everything like that. This is early 2000s, where they ain't made no money. Super famous and stuff like that, but they ain't made no money. So it was this is pointless. But now, literally, if you get millions of views and stuff like that, you could be making millions of dollars. So clout is a super commodity now. Everybody's attention is a super commodity because now you can advertise on it and it's monetized. So the clout aspect of this is huge, because if you're, pushing out, you know what I'm saying, you say, what, I want to cancel Eminem, blah 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 blah. I'm on that boat. You get a couple likes. You see what I'm saying? You get some endorphins to your brain and some dopamine hits to your brain, maybe some serotonin, and that's good for you. But also, you could, give out a whole speech on why Eminem's going to be canceled, and then maybe you get 10,000 views, or you get 20,000 views, and that's even better. Or maybe you go on the opposite side on that. You're looking at it and you're yo, I know all these millennials, they don't mess with like canceling Eminem, so I'm gonna start spitting facts on why Eminem shouldn't be canceled. Blah 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 blah. I'm getting clout. I'm trying to make this money, and of course, all the YouTubers are gonna be doing this because like YouTube is their business, and so they're really trying to stay, keep their finger on the pulse of society. So it just blows it up even more. But what this really does is it creates echo chambers. If you don't know what an echo chamber is, it's imagine when in every movie there's like this scary cave or something like that, and the adventurer is about to go into the cave and there's probably some beast inside of it. So before they go in, they'll say hello, and then what happens? The echoes. Hello, 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 hello. Of course, that is an echo chamber. When you say something, you know what I'm saying, onto social media, into your small group of friends, or your large group of friends, or on Reddit or something like that, and everybody's saying the exact same thing as you. You know what I'm saying? So because everybody's saying the exact same thing as you, you go on there, you put a post and get 1 million likes on it. You think, oh, I'm right, because look at how many people like my post. Makes sense. You got 1 million people that liked your post. Well, there's 7 billion people in the world. 1 million is a very, very small portion of people that actually believe what you think. So how many people actually passed that post and didn't even think twice about it because they were thinking that's so stupid? But with these echo chambers, people are starting to think that they're more and more right. It doesn't help because it doesn't help the fact the echo chamber doesn't ever get corrected because Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, they all start to converge you into these echo chambers artificially. Like they literally do. They have an AI system. In their AI system, what it does is it figures out what you like and what you don't like. You see what I'm saying? It has those two things, right? And what you interact with and what you don't interact with. And they want you to interact with their site as much as possible, right? So they're going to constantly feed you things that you like. That's true. And then 2, things that you don't like, but people are on your side. See, that's the thing. So like, if they fed you something that you don't like, say you're a strong Democratic, you're a strong Democrat, and you loved Obama, and you seen this racist post about Obama, right? And then you went to go look at the comments, right? And you see a whole bunch of other racist people on there. You're probably not going to like that, and you're probably going to try to get off the app because you're going to be like, Facebook's is racist. Why would they let this on here? So now you're upset about at Facebook, and that is being shown with people trying to shut down other people's sites, other people's posts, reporting these things. So they don't like those interactions. The social media groups don't, because it doesn't help people, staying onto their social media site. But if you see a racist post, you see what I'm saying, about Obama, and you're a super Democrat, you see what I'm saying, and you've seen all these people on there talking about how, yeah, they think that's racist too, and this should be taken down, then you'll be like, yeah, I'm with them, and so you're typing up, you're like, yeah, we're right, we're all right, and you're feeling good and everything like that, and then pops up a Domino's ad, and you're like, yeah, I want some Domino's too, and that's how they get you. That's not even a joke, that's literally how it is, and that's what they want. You see what I'm saying? So they start to push you more into these echo chambers. You could test this out. Like, people have tested this out. If you go on Facebook, say you make another account with another email address, and they're asking you for your interest, put the exact opposite interests. You see what I'm saying? And like the exact opposite things that you actually than what you usually like. And you'll start seeing things on your timeline. It's like a whole new world. It will be like a whole new world. And that's where you're seeing like this. Why do you think America is so divided? It's polarized because one group is being shown this, this type of perspective and this type of world, and this other group is being shown this type of perspective and this type of world. Literally to the point where I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie with Christian Bale, and he's a guy that he's not a reporter, but he like videotapes like important scenes like car crashes and like political stuff. And he actually starts like creating these things to happen, so that way he gets to the news people first. But that's not the point. Well, there's people that go out and they videotape like the riots that happen, or there's people that go out and they videotape these protests that happen and stuff like that. Okay, those people go to the news organizations like CNN and NBC and Fox News, you see what I'm saying? And they sell those videos, right, to the news organizations. Okay, if you are a news organization, right, you're Fox News, and I have a video of like 6 cops viciously beating a 5-year-old black boy. This video, I don't think this video exists, but like if you're just like beating them, good riddance. They're just yelling out the N-word, just crazy, mad, like mayhem's going on. Like the mom's like, no, they're like, get back. No, like hit her. Like, you're Fox News. Like, you can't use this video. So guess what? They're not going to video that. They're not going to accept that video. So I don't get paid, right? Okay. But what if, like, I'm videotaping, you see what I'm saying, that video, and I sell it to CNN. Like, CNN can run with that story. They love that. Their audience will love it because they're selling a narrative. And that's the same thing with Fox News. They're selling a narrative. So you'll see the same protest or the same incident, you see what I'm saying, being viewed from different perspectives or being cut differently on different news programs. And so like me, like say it was a little bit more complicated than that. Say like, I don't know how to make that situation better. Let's take, a more realistic situation where it's like you have two protests going on at the same time. All right, bet. It's like these are Trump protesters and these are the Biden protesters, and they come together. You see what I'm saying? And the Trump protesters are talking crap, and then Biden protesters are talking crap, and then somebody from out of nowhere starts walking in between them. So, and then somebody tries to save that person because they know there's about to be a fight breaking out, and then everybody starts breaking out into a fight. Okay. Well, what I could do is I could videotape that situation, and I cut out the parts where the Trump protesters were talking crap and only video like Antifa like hitting people with rocks and sell that to Fox News. But then on the other side, I cut out the whole like left like talking crap and like hitting people with rocks. I cut that out. Not only like videotape like these strong like country like Trump supporters just like being like, you get out of our country, and like throwing signs at people and punching them, like, and that's what they're doing. So like they're selling these narratives, and that's what creates echo chambers. Like that's what an echo chamber is. It is feeding you the same kind of rhetoric that you already think is true. You see what I'm saying? So if like you think that your side is right and their side is wrong, then you're in an echo chamber. You're being played, bro. Like you gotta stop getting played. Like think about it. Like where are you getting your information from? And do they have a reason to lie to you? Like so you have to ask yourself that. If you're getting something for free, it's probably not good for you. And so you have to ask yourself that, and you have to ask yourself, are you getting played? Look at the other side. Like you'll see like a totally different perspective on the other side. And so like that does happen too. Like people from like Fox News, like people that watch Fox News all the time, they'll like go to CNN and see the other side of the story, and then they'll be like, yep, CNN, they're liars. They're full of crap. It's fake news. And then like you'll see people that watch CNN the whole time, they'll go to Fox News and they'll be like, Fox News, full of crap. They're liars. No. They're both lying to you. Everybody stop. Like they're both lying to you. They're playing you guys. It's just a joke. But it doesn't stop the fact that this has real consequences on our society. They're just trying to get bottom line, but on our society it has real consequences because it makes everybody afraid of each other and hateful of each other. And that makes our interactions problematic. You see what I'm saying? And so we have to get to the point that we're not doing this. Now, how does that go, to this Eminem situation? Well, because you have to ask yourself, why are they trying to cancel Eminem? That's because they're trying to, they're just trying to clean everything. They're trying to clean everything. Everybody's got to be polished. Everything is like this, like crazy. Imagine like the Gen Zs, or the radical left, or whatever you want to call it, are like this crazy mom that's like in this cleaning frenzy. Everything's got to get clean. Everything's got to get clean. Eminem, you're dirty. You got to get clean. And he's just like scrubbing you down, and it's like, you're making me bleed. That's bristle. So and that's what's happening. Like you're seeing this happen with everyone. Like they were going after like real monsters. Like at first they were going after like real monsters. Like what was it? Weinstein. It's a monster. Like he's legitimately bad. You could even say like people that were like legitimately bad. Like you could even say like some of Donald Trump's rhetoric was warranted, and you could really make that argument. I would make that argument, but that's unbeknownst to me. You could say that Hillary Clinton's stuff was warranted when she was calling people super predators and stuff like that. I would make that claim. But then you have to ask yourself, should Eminem be canceled? Should he be canceled? Should people like Kevin Hart be canceled? Should people like Dave Chappelle be canceled? These people that are constantly using satire and hyperbole in order to entertain us. Because that's important. Like, are we gonna act like satire and hyperbole doesn't exist? Like, and then when you ask that question, should Eminem be canceled? The answer to that question is, yeah, probably. He probably should. He's talking about murdering kids sometimes. Like, hey kids, do you like violence? Do you want to stick 9-inch nails in each one of your eyelids and get stuck on drugs just like I did? Like, no, we shouldn't. we probably the 90s moms were right. We probably shouldn't have let like our kids listen to that music. But that doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that this is social justice going wrong. And it's like, why? It's like, if you just said that Eminem probably should have been canceled. Yes, he probably should be canceled. But why are you trying to cancel him? Like, he is so low on the totem pole that it shouldn't even matter. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. And he's not really. He's not the reason why people are sexist. I can guarantee you that. Eminem is not the reason why people are getting, like, for lack of a better word, like, not paying women enough, or like beating on people, or like raping people, or being racist. Like, he's not the reason. So why are you attacking him? I think it's part clout, and it's part this ideology and this arrogance that you can make the change. Like, you're going to make it happen. And it's lazy arrogance, because it's not even like real work. Dude, you did a retweet. What are you talking about, bro? Like, you're not putting in the work, son. Like, you over here like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm retweeting this. What are you? Why can you retweet it? And it's like, everything in the world is great again as long as I retweet that we cancel this guy. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. As if like everything is so easily like done. I put it this way: like, there's this. Everybody always says, like, a lot of people always say this. They always say, "Yo, John, we can cure homelessness if we just give everybody a house. And you know how much it would cost to give everybody a house? Not that much. We could take Jeff Bezos' money and give everybody a house with that money." And it's like, in theory, yes, that is correct, and that would actually work in theory. But the problem is you're assuming that this is a money problem. It's like, well, it's not a money problem, John. What is it? Like, no one wants to live on the streets. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But like, how many of the people that are homeless Like, not people that are homeless. Like, I've been homeless, but no one knew I was homeless. Like, I wasn't walking out on the streets being homeless, asking for money. I was like homeless, and I was crashing at a dude's place, or like living in my car. That's what real homeless looks like. You see what I'm saying? That's what normal people homeless looks like. That's not what most people are talking about. They're mostly talking about the people that are on the streets begging for money that look a little bit dirty. Okay, so why? Like, that's not a money problem. What percentage of those people do you see and they're talking to themselves? You see what I'm saying? And they're having arguments with themselves, or they're saying loud, crude things just randomly, and you say, well, we always chop that up to drugs. You know, he's like, they're on drugs, John. And it's like, yeah, you can just say that, but like, which drugs? And it's like, well, they're probably just on the sauce, they're on the alcohol. And it's like, no. Alcohol is not a hallucinogenic most of the time. It's not. Like, the stats aren't there, so it ain't alcohol. Oh, they're on those pills, John. They're on that heroin and oxycodone. Again, not hallucinogenic. We don't have that many hallucinogenic drugs. Oh, you know, they're on that meth, John. That's not meth. Meth, well, it's an upper. It will make you do some crazy stuff, but it doesn't make you hear and see things that aren't there. It is not a hallucinogenic. There's only like a couple of things that make you hallucinate. Psilocybin mushrooms. Those are magic mushrooms. LSD. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's LSD. 70s and stuff. Then you have, like, what is it? Salvia and ayahuasca. Those are like the 4 hallucinogenic drugs. And so, if it's not the drugs, then what is it? Maybe it's a mental health issue. Maybe they have schizophrenia. Maybe they hallucinate, and that's why they're doing the drugs, to try to stop the hallucinations, to make them feel better. Giving them money isn't going to help them to stop hallucinating. That is the big problem. The big problem is we don't know how, like, in that situation, the homeless problem, we don't know how to fix ourselves. Like, we don't even know how our brain works, the normal people's brain works. So how in the world can we fix somebody that has severe schizophrenia? You know? And you say, well, maybe they could just take the meds. And it's like, no, because they're not taking the meds. They were given the meds once. And guess what? The meds were worse than the schizophrenia. That's why they stopped taking it. And it's like, well, why are they doing the drugs? Because the drugs seem to be the best option for them than just full blasted schizophrenia or this numbing drug stuff. We're so far away from that. And there's this arrogance in the social justice movement that you will be the one to change everything with a weed tweet or with a protest. Or, no. You can't just, the change happens slowly and methodically. You see what I'm saying? It does. It happens. You need to try to change, but start locally and try to start methodically, because the problem with, social justice is a human problem. You need to stop you need to stop people from trying to be bad. If you're trying to stop people from being sexist, that means you need to change what's in here, in their heart. They knew they were being sexist. You want to stop people, women, from being abused? Do you think the abusers don't know that is wrong? That has never been right to beat your wife. No, they know it and they do it anyways. You see what I'm saying? So how do you stop that from happening? Well, you stop that from happening by changing what's in here. Well, how do you do that? Great question. We don't know yet. And that's the biggest problem. You see what I'm saying? You could say, well, we're just trying to make it not okay in society anymore. Dude, it was never okay. It was never okay. We didn't just, people are trying to stop people from, being pedophiles. When was that ever? The Greeks. But, in the 21st century, when was that ever okay? It wasn't okay. It's never been okay. Yet people still do it. It's because we have monsters, and we don't know which ones are the monsters and which ones are the regular people. And that is a big problem that will not be solved by you retweeting your stuff. Instead, how about you teach the children how to encounter these monsters? You know what I'm saying? How to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? How to notice the signs of what a monster is or what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. And that's the best you could do right now because we don't have that capability. And so it worries me because I care about Gen Z a lot. I really do. I care, like, my sister's in Gen Z. And so, like, I talk to her too about this kind of stuff. And I care about Gen Z a lot. And I feel like they're destroying their childhood because I'm getting old. And I feel like they're destroying their childhood because they're so focused on trying to change something that they may not be able to change. Or destroying the society that they have. That they're just losing, they're wasting their youth, man. You're wasting your youth, and you don't look back at this, you're gonna be so freaking sad. They're already so freaking sad. Like, they're like the most depressed dude in like the world, like ever. In like history. They're so depressed. Why are you so depressed? Because you're not, like, what are you doing? You're trying to solve all these problems. You're bringing them all to yourself as if you're the person of change, like you're the hero. You can't. It's unfortunate, but some of these problems are unsolvable right now. Like, we will eventually be able to solve them. Like, it's good to make headway, but assuming that you're going to be able to change people's behaviors and minds, that's just idealistic. So you have to, if you want to make change, say you're Gen Z, you're listening to this video and you're like, this guy's a butthole. And so you listen to this video, think about it like this. Start locally and start small. You know what I'm saying? You can enact change. Enact change on your little brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? If everybody does that, then yeah, that would work. And again, even if you do try to enact change on your little brother and sister, there's no chance that, like, you do not know for a fact that they're going to go your way. Why do you say that, John? Because look at your parents. Like, you're Gen Z. Like, your parents tried to get you to go one way, and obviously you didn't go that way. Do you think you're just smarter than everybody? Like, no. It's just really hard to convince people to do what you want them to do. It just doesn't. Everyone has free will, and everybody thinks they're the shit, and like, everybody thinks, oh man, I cuss. And everybody thinks they're the stuff, and it just doesn't go that way. So, you know, instead of trying to like take the world on with a hammer, you know, enjoy life maybe, and just chill out and relax, bro. Enjoy this thing. All right, see ya.